This is HJ Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the NERF N-Strike Elite Demolisher 2-in-1 Blaster. The Demolisher comes with a 10-dart banana clip, which is opaque, so there are no sides that are see-through. It comes with a detachable stock, 10 elite darts, 2 missiles, and of course an instruction sheet. The Demolisher also requires 4 AA batteries, which are sadly not included. So going over the design of the Demolisher, as you can see, it's got the new orange elite color scheme and looks quite nice. I personally prefer the blue, but the orange just looks fine. This has 2 tactical rails, 3 sling mounts. You'll also notice that the muzzle has grooves to fit on another barrel extension. At the top here is your jam door or access door, whatever you like, that you can just slide open. If you flip the blaster around, you here have your battery door, so you can put in your 4 AA batteries. So when holding the blaster, the handle is quite comfortable. Even if I had a bigger hand, I'm pretty sure this would still be good. But what I love about this blaster is that it's only natural your other hand to be holding over here. So that's really good because it makes it comfortable and it also makes it quick to firing missiles, which I'll explain later. If we move down here to the stock, it conveniently can hold a missile over here. The length of this stock is pretty good. It's not too long and it's not too short. But the thing I don't like about it is I find the back of it too thin. So it's really, stabbing into your shoulders. That's probably a bit exaggerated, but if you kind of get what I'm saying. Also, another thing I don't like about this, if you're kind of laying your head on the stock like some people like to do to try and aim, your face will be most likely touching the missile, so that'll feel really awkward. And even if you take the missile out, your cheek will be rubbing against this part, which feels really weird. So for the functioning of the Demolisher, just load in your 10 dart clip loaded with 10 elite darts, hear the click, and you can then hold down the acceleration trigger, which feels quite smooth, and even it kind of feels different to the other ones. As you can see, it's just all flat. With the strife it's a little bit different. So you hold down your acceleration trigger and then you pull the launch trigger to fire. So pulling the trigger is quite smooth and you can fire darts really fast. So when I was firing this, the longest I got up to was nearly 16 meters. And so you shouldn't expect any darts below 11 meters. And remember, this is a grade trigger blaster, which has decreased ranges. And when I was firing this angle, the longest I got was above 18 meters. And there were no darts below 13 meters. So these are really the same distances as a grade trigger strife. So if you're familiar with the strife, it should fire just the same or a little bit better. The ranges, are reasonable, but it's a little bit disappointing because the box states that, this is Elite XD and it can shoot up to 22 meters. But, even when I was firing this angled, it only got up to 18 meters at its highest. So for the missile part, just simply place in your missile right in. It takes a bit of a while to push it all the way down. And then what you want to do is you want to pull this pump handle all the way back. And then as quickly as possible, pull it all the way back in. So the faster you pull the pump handle, the better the missiles will fire. And the highest ranges I got for the missile was up to 21 meters, so I can definitely see this firing up to 22 meters. Now here is a quick firing demo of the Demolisher. So now I'll be talking about the good and bad about the Demolisher. So firstly, the missile launcher I really like. It's a lot of fun to fire around, and I'm quite sure that this would be convenient in certain situations. This isn't too much of a biggie, but the banana clip I really like because it's just fun to customize around with other blasters. And probably the best part about this blaster is that it's semi-automatic. That just makes it easy for the blaster to fire. You have a great control of when to shoot the dart, and you can get a great rate of fire with this. And now the bad about this is, I'd have to say, as I mentioned before, the stock is quite uncomfortable. Although it's quite convenient that it holds a missile, it's just stabbing into your shoulder. This does have decent ranges, but a little bit disappointing because, you know, the box states 22 meters XD, but, you know, unfortunately, it's just the same with any other Australian Elite blaster. And this is a little bit heavy, but, you know, that's not too much a bad thing because that's what you'd expect. So overall, the NERF Elite Demolisher 2-in-1 blaster is a good and solid blaster, and it has a cool feature with missiles. I find no major issues with this, so if you are keen on getting this, I'd say totally go ahead and buy it. But, you know, if you do have a blaster like the Strife, I don't really see why you need to buy it, but it just really depends if you really want it for the missile or, you know, the looks. For its pricing in Australia, its retail is like $60 at Kmart and Big W. That's very high in price. I got this on special for $48 at Big W. Still like $50. It's, I don't know. I don't think anyone's willing to pay $50 for a Nerf blaster, but I suppose it's a decent price. But I wouldn't recommend you buying this for $60. I think it's, I don't know, a little bit too high. But anyway, thanks for watching HJ Reviews.